Basketball number 40, Haley Jones. Out of bounds, Stanford ball. One against Arizona's number 25, Ariz, her first principal. Three-point basket by number 33, Haley Jones. Basketball number 22, offensive foul.
A lot of new pieces for this Arizona team still finding their way.
Let's check in with Holly Rowe.
Well, Kate Reese is coming off one of her best games in her career, a career-high 33 points in that double overtime win against USC, and she said, I really have to credit my teammates. They could see that I was hot, and they kept feeding me the ball, and just on cue, there she goes.
Now this way, Lauren Betts, yes, you have to give her the basketball. 6'7", she's got the advantage in there in terms of size.
Here's Jones from 17, rattles in a jump shot, Haley Jones. Here's Madison Connor. Back iron, no. Fran Belibi into the game off the bench for Stanford as well. Belibi had a huge game on January 2nd, first meeting between these teams. And a jump in and out on that three. There was Betts getting her hands on it, but it's taken by Pellington. Pellington stops. Whoa, how about that? The flyby and the finish.
Shayna Pellington is the master of the jump stop. That's what she does. She gets out in transition to prevent her shot from getting blocked. Jump stop, lets him go by, and then goes up with it. It'll happen again.
Here's Belibi rumbling in, and sometimes you're going to get crushed when you stop short like that.
And you have to be fearless when you're little.
We saw Pellington have a really big performance in that national championship game back in 2021 at 15 points, 7 rebounds off the bench, ended up playing 30 minutes. Played a huge role in Arizona's attempted comeback, falling 1 point short.
She is so important to this Arizona team in terms of pushing pace and providing defensive pressure. There's
Reese, a little too strong that time. Rebound secured by Stanford and India Navarre. Navarre, the freshman guard, coming off the bench as well.
And Betts is working hard in there.
Betts. Over to Jones, 10 to shoot. Jones spinning, hooking, and hitting.
The versatility. 6'1", she's a guard, can play 2, 3, 4, can play with her back to the basket as you saw there, face up.
Was the most outstanding player in that Final Four in 2021. The spin inside, that's a nice finish as Mary Martinez dipping inside.
Beautiful post move and finish. Kate Reese, man, she is working, trying to front Lauren Betts, do whatever she can to keep the ball from going in.
Couldn't that time.
And if you see, every time Lauren Betts posts up, she puts one of her hands in the air.
Martinez dishes out. Reese pump fakes the three. 7 to shoot. Connor's pull-up, little short. And Navarre off and running for Stanford. Jump always dangerous from the perimeter for Stanford.
Look at Betts pointing.
There you go. Betts back to work. Is double. Finds Believy. Beautifully done. Post to post.
I'm sorry to jump on your call, but I get so excited when I see good post play like that. Unselfishness, too. We see a big girl.
The only thing that excites Rebecca Lobo more than in-game snacks is post-to-post passing. Pellington can't finish it. And about a 6-second difference, game and shot clock. A 19-11 Stanford lead. Believy cradles and finishes. Fran Believy again providing a jolt off the bench in this matchup for Stanford.
Yeah, in that first matchup, 14 points, 10 boards in only 17 minutes. Bringing it again.
A 9-0 run for Stanford. Shot clock is turned off. Connor will fire. No. Rebound Jones, and that'll do it for the first.
I think I see something different. Like this time it was the cowboy on the horse, undulating.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
You love the word undulating, and I understand why. We will have the first top 16 reveal at the half right here on ESPN. So make sure you keep it locked at the end of this quarter. 21-11, Stanford in front as Pellington hits the jumper. Another terrific crowd here at the McHale Center as Stanford turns it over. Third turnover for Stanford. It was a pretty cleanly played first quarter from both teams. Just one Arizona turnover. Najee into the game, and the handoff is taken by Navarre. Navarre all the way in, lays it home. India Navarre, the freshman guard, will fire again. No. Rebound Stanford.
What did Adia Barnes tell us? We can't let them bait us into taking shots we don't want to take. That one, the step back, probably not the best shot for Arizona.
Dump into Brink. Her face-up jumper is good. Cameron Brink. Najee motoring inside, gets fouled. Maya Najee misses the first free throw. And Adia Barnes wondering if her performance last time out, key moments in that game, feels like she's really starting to come into her own as Martinez couldn't quite hang on to the steal.
Good job of that in their last game.
The three is short for Bozgana. Brink on the follow gets fouled. And Cameron Brink, nose plug and all, will shoot two. You talk about pro prospects in this game and Haley Jones. Well, the following year you could bet Cameron Brink is going to be in the tippy top of that draft. Have you seen Stanford's campus? That's a place you want to stay.
Fair.
You milk that. Martinez lays it in. Nice set there from Arizona. A deflection and a steal. It lands in the lap of Martinez. Here is Cuello.
Jade LaVille, a player that needs to get going offensively for Arizona.
Net by Brink, nearly threw it away. Still 15 to shoot. What a pass. Cuello to Gilbert, airmailed the three. Reese battles, wins, needs help, finds it. And a reset here for Arizona after a tough offensive rebound for Kate Reese. Here's Cuello cutting, taking, and hitting. Well, this crowd just begging for an Arizona run. They have been locked in from the start. Iriapin did not get called for the charge and then did draw the foul. She's our warrior. She's dependable. She has a warrior mentality. Got the second for those just joining, the fans sat when Stanford scored its first basket rather than Arizona's. And it tripped out Rebecca a little bit. Kate Reese, tough angle, uses the window nicely.
How about Kate Reese taking it right at the shot blocker and Cameron Brink.
The point forward, Jones.
Betts pointing.
Betts able to finish. Brink and Betts, some really strong chemistry there.
Man, this box score, I just need to have Betts points. Not like points per game, but the amount of times she's pointing to catch the ball.
Like with her finger.
Yes, a finger point.
Martinez. Jones, backdoor, what a find! Haley Jones, a dime to the bar for two.
Haley Jones with incredible vision and ability to deliver the basketball.
Lauren Fields tosses, Reese can't finish it. Kate Reese 2 of 5 from the floor now, coming off a 33-point game. Arizona held to just 22 points thus far. Again, Brink, Betts, bucket.
High-low passing is beautiful. Betts' footwork, terrific.
Stanford going big, having success with it. That three a little too strong from Martinez. Lead is 12 for Stanford. Jones spins, floats, and finishes. Haley Jones, beautiful take, and the Stanford lead has swelled to 14. That three is good. Madison Connor shoots it at 40%. Brink gets lost on the other end and lays it in. And Connor was left with her arms out wondering why Brink was free. Connor with 3 seconds left. Gonna have to get it off. And a foul is called against Jones.
You always have to have your eye on that young woman. 6'4", but she can run. Charlie Cream should be keeping track of that for me back in the studio.
I think he's busy enough.
You think?
Connor hits them both. And that'll do it for the first half.
They feel like if they can get better ball pressure, it's going to make that catch out further. It's going to discourage them from getting it inside to the post and that high-low post action. She wants a little bit more aggressive ball pressure.
Well, you see it right here, just from the inbound play. Pellington making it so LaPolo can't catch the basketball.
And you could see Dia Barnes saying, get her, Shayna, get her. Wanting that pressure. Brink, a deep catch, gets blocked from behind, but the persistence of Cameron Brink. Reese gets blocked by Brink. Averaging 3.5 per game. Martinez looking for an angle, did not find one.
This is actually one of their smaller lineups that they have on the floor right now because Betts is not out there.
And a foul.
How many missed box outs was it? 53. Holy cow.
Yeah, that feels like a lot.
Well, that's, you know, on one possession you could have 5.
Well, especially when you only had 31 field goal attempts. Reese gets the offensive rebound. Connor had the look, will take it from 15 instead, and hit. Madison Connor has a really good looking stroke.
Getting the start this half over LaVille.
Very interesting, you're right. LaVille was held scoreless in that first half. Jade LaVille, a player averaging 12 points per. Here's Brink. Good footwork and the finish.
Wow, that was really nice. Cameron Brink going hard to her right and then quickly coming back to her left, keeping her balance.
How about LaPolo? We've seen that several times tonight. Comes up with a steal, fires a dime, and Brink is fouled by Martinez.
I mean, she's adding something. This year, one of the areas where she's much improved is from the free throw line. And she stays on the floor, just an imposing shot blocker and defensive presence as well.
Cuello over to Connor. Shifty, cutting, and met Brink, who is fouled.
I think she was seeking the body out even more than she was looking at the rim, trying to get another foul on her.
She is an outstanding free throw shooter. Tied for the nation's lead. Oh, favorite Disney character is Simba from The Lion King. Erie offense, strong take, left it short on the leg, got it back though. There's another second chance opportunity. Jump cashes in. Exactly what Holly was talking to us about. Cuello, good setup. Martinez short. Pellington the offensive board. Shovel over to Reese. Her shot won't go. And Jones the rebound. Controlling for Stanford.
Arizona did so many things right on that last offensive possession and still came up empty.
Oh, Brink is stealing it. Cameron Brink. Oh, you are not kidding. It was a busy day for Woj. 5-hour trade deadline special for our entire NBA on ESPN crew. They did an unbelievable job with that show. And transaction after transaction. That three is good. Lethal from deep. Arizona, meanwhile, has really struggled shooting in this quarter.
Gets her opportunity in this one, has certainly made the most of it so far.
And that's something that's always interesting as LaVille checks in for Arizona in first minutes of the second half after a scoreless first. Something always interesting about Tara Vanderveer's teams, Rebecca, as Betts comes up with another rejection. She really goes deep into her bench, and her rotation.
Stanford's such a good shot blocking team, and it helps when you're 6'7", just keeping the arms in the air, making sure you don't foul with the body.
And it's not just, 12 players have played and it was a 40-point game. No, it could be a 5-point game. And she goes that deep as Jones.
Okay, somebody else will come in.
And one of the other things she said is maybe it's something she actually has to do so that the motors stay gassed for Stanford throughout the entirety of the game. She said maybe in some cases she's playing a Haley Jones or a Cameron Brink too long of a straight stretch.
Arizona continuing to extend their pressure.
Stanford 6 of 7 from the floor in the quarter. Betts bangs in and finishes. She's had a really nice game. Nice pass there from Hannah Jump as well. I wasn't sure if you wanted me to answer or if you wanted to do the looking up on the monitor yourself.
Your iPad is so small.
I know. Not the first time I've heard that. Jones all the way down to Navarre. 14-2 run for Stanford. LaVille, that one was halfway down. Tickled the net and popped out. Jones, oh, what a find. Jones to Betts, and Stanford is putting on a clinic in this third quarter.
And it's in transition, it's in the quarter.
Najee from 17, sure. Betts, shot clock down to 5, backdoor feed, taken away. Here comes Cuello. Cuello able to lay it in with the right hand. It's amazing. This crowd, despite being down 23, they've been so locked in every single possession. Here's Jones. Dumping it down. Brink, quick turn. What a beautiful play. And another gorgeous delivery from Haley Jones with 6 assists to go with 10 rebounds.
Coming off that loss to Washington, and she actually used South Carolina's team as a great example to her group. She said, when I watch South Carolina play, even if the game isn't going their way, they don't give up. They keep fighting. They find a way. She was so impressed with South Carolina's resilience in that game Sunday against UConn. She used it to motivate her team tonight. Seems like a good example that they have responded well to.
South Carolina, a team like Stanford who has great depth. It's one of the things that separates them from what they were a year ago.
Reese finishes in transition. Dump down, Betts. Deep catch, spin. Can't flip it in. Arizona comes away with a rebound. Lauren Fields pushing pace. Reese spinning, nice footwork. Kate Reese with a strong finish there for Arizona. Their 9th of the game. They have dominated the glass. Haley Jones on the attack, didn't get the whistle, was looking for it. Another offensive rebound. Dimitri flips it in, plus the foul.
It really has a nice ring to it, doesn't it? Greenville Regional 1, Seattle Regional 2. Or 3 and 4. We got to work on that. Let's come up with some catchy names.
You want to? Clark flips it in. Jones cuts and finishes. Great touch pass from Brooke Dimitri.
Great touch pass, and the reason Haley Jones was open, great back springing by Lauren Betts.
Jones is 12 points, 10 rebounds, 6 assists. Reese rattles in.
Every possession, every time a shot goes up, players are just crashing the glass.
31st career double-double for Haley Jones, most by an active Pac-12 player. Turnaround jumper is good for Dimitri. Talk about players who Tara Vanderveer raved about. Dimitri was one who she was glowing about to us before the game. Said, I'm really high on Brooke Dimitri. She's mature, she's steady, she's smart, she can hit shots. Navarre's had a huge game and lays it in.
It's been a good game for the freshman class of Stanford.
Haley Jones, Euros in, takes a tumble.
The only thing she hasn't done well tonight is drop and roll, right? She is such a fun player to watch, and she's got her own podcast right now that she is highlighting college basketball players. I've loved listening to Jordan Horston, Flage from LSU. She's doing a really great job
handling the ball, coming up the floor. She didn't make that mid-range pull-up, but that's what she made her money on in that tournament run.
Reese drops it. Jones has it.
Your point forward, and smartly too, understanding time and score, slowing things down this possession.
14 points, 11 rebounds, 6 assists. Betts over to Jones. Her jumper is good. Haley Jones with a little more. Fields? No. It took till Arizona was down about 27 for this crowd to finally
settle in.
Yeah, quiet down a little bit. They were incredible early in this game and throughout the third quarter, even as their team trailed by 20 plus.
Well, Adia Barnes teams are going to continue to fight and they're going to continue to play hard. This is just a really tough matchup for Arizona. Stanford's size, their shooting, it's just really tough for Arizona to hang with.
Oh, Jones finishes.
It's fun. It's fun when you share the basketball like this. It's fun to watch. It's fun to play.
Someone from Stanford reached out today. May I go use the room? A national sports writer that's in town with a 4-month-old baby. May I go and use the room? This is unprecedented for women in athletics to have access to privacy and comfort when dealing with breastfeeding and nursing, and just one more step in how Adia Barnes continues to be a trailblazing coach and mother.
Certainly a lot of challenges for nursing mothers to navigate, and kudos to Adia Barnes in Arizona for doing that.
A turnover there from Arizona.
Ashton Prechtel in her first minutes getting the steal.
Uriakin can't finish. Prechtel comes running in. This speaks to Stanford's depth that Prechtel, a player we've seen impact huge games, only gets in at this moment.
And credit her, because it's 2 minutes to go and she came from the opposite side of the floor to get that offensive rebound. Okay, coach, you said get offensive rebounds, we'll get more minutes.
Clark reigns in a three. Adia Barnes was praising Clark to us before the game. Uriakin couldn't pop it in on the reverse. 1:15 to go in this game. Gilbert ducks under. It's a happening time in Arizona.
No, lots going on.
You got the Super Bowl out here in Phoenix. You got Kevin Durant.
Waste management?
Yeah.
Forgive my golf ignorance.
No. With the amount of sports you do keep an eye on. Wow, what a highlight there. Great pass from Clark.
This team is going to continue to work, continue to fight, continue to play as if the score isn't what it is.
And some opportunities for some of the younger members of Adia Barnes' team to make an impression. As Kaylin Gilbert. And we also see the bear down Steve Kerr and Richard Jefferson, a Warriors game. Richard Jefferson, Steve Kerr. That's the first thing they always say to each other. Bear down. A lot of pride in those Arizona graduates. Here's Najee floating it in. (44-28). Stanford's outscored Arizona in the second half. Gilbert evades the pressure. That three banks in. Crowd loves that for Paris Clark. They love the energy they're seeing from their freshman late in this game. And Adia Barnes talked about how difficult it is for a player like Clark, who's always been the best player on her team, to come in and not play. Said she could be really good, though, and obviously taking advantage of these minutes late in this game.
Yeah, talking about how much they're going to need her next year, too, with some of the pieces they're losing.
In Arizona, letting some time wide. Clark on the attack, lays it in, gives these fans one last thing to cheer about, and that will do it. An impressive